Here we go. Here we go. We are live at the Chateau Chilari. I'm live, guys. We're live. I am live. On Wednesday, I did the stream early. On Friday, we didn't stream. I've been very sick. If you're feeling sick, give yourself some rest. I'm doing a little bit better, but I noticed there just wasn't a lot of live content going on. Bear with me. A lot of live content going on right now, and I felt as if you guys needed it. A little bit of perspective. So that's what we're going to try to do today. I'm going to need your help more than ever. And how you could do that. Firstly, you could hit that like and subscribe button for me. Help just push this live stream out. Because I'm putting in the work. You guys put in the work. I appreciate you. And also, tell me what might help you get a little perspective here. What might, I have a feeling people are maybe a little freaked out, a little worried about price action. What might put things in a better view, or at least a more rational, calm view? That would be really helpful for me. So feel free to share that in chat. Say hello if you're here today, especially if you're new. I'd love to shout you out. Let's see where to start. Our new group is going awesomely. Even though I've been sick, we have live streams, exclusive live streams and market updates every single weekday. Even if I'm sick, they're still going on. We have some other awesome analysts on there. Shout out to them. We have one more, just one more, 50% off for life coupon, 50 off for life. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description. You know the deal. Sign up. The value there is exquisite. It's absolutely exquisite. Of course, we'll still have our streams here, but it's just for those looking to up their game, looking to invest in themselves this year. Check it out. wap.com/crown-crypto. Let's get a little perspective. We've been doing a lot of fake clickbait titles and thumbnails. But today we're going to do the opposite. We're going to do not boring. We're going to do perspective. So maybe not the spiciest. Holy crap. My voice was fine until I went live. Now it's just kicking out. There we go. The best way to get that perspective, or at least the best way to start, is to zoom out to that year. The yearly candles here to paint a picture like no other. You've heard a lot of things probably already this year. Bear market's here, bull market's over. You probably already heard bull market's over this weekend, even though we hit an all-time high last week. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Don't blame yourself, or don't beat yourself up if you have doubts. You don't have to have the steadfast confidence that I have. That's why you tune in. You tune in here. I'll be confident for you even when you're a little shaken, and you can I'll be your rock. You can just hold on. But here we are on year what? 1, 2, 3. 3 years in a row of green. What have we seen? 1, 2, 3 years of green. Once, twice, maybe even 4 times back here. I don't know if this is too long ago to really count, but here we go on what seems to be the exact same iteration that we have seen over and over again. A red candle kicks off 3 green candles, which brings us back to the bear market, brings us back to a red candle. So feeling weird, feeling shaken out. Take a look at this, because according to this, we're following the same path we've always followed. We have about a year to go, maybe 11 months to go before we end up with this red candle. But something to remember here is these red candles weren't the beginning of price going down. It wasn't like we had 3 years in a row where we went up, we closed at the highest point, and then that next year rolled over, we went down. No. Each time that we've seen this happen, we have seen a peak in the 4th quarter of the 3rd year. So that would be Q4 of this year, where we hit a high, we sell off, and that downward momentum kind of rolls into the next year. So this isn't maybe December 31st we'd expect to be the highest price. Probably not, though it's possible. But at some point this year, what we've also commonly seen is a high in Q1, which I think is really where the fear is coming in here, is we have seen some highs this quarter. In fact, we saw a high last week. Man, my brain's still a little mushy. We saw a high last week. We traded almost to 110,000 before selling off. It wasn't a very fun high. It wasn't a very exciting. God, Not a very exciting or satisfying high, but hey, there we are. We got it. Let's see. Actually, this happened like all the way up too, man. January, summer lull. Yeah, summer lull. A high in Q1 and a high in Q4, and in between, this summer lull type thing. Though this is kind of shaping up to be a little different. Provided nothing else happens this quarter, it might. But never mind. I'll scratch that. It's looking almost exactly the same. Q1, rally. Q2 and 3, a little bit of hibernation, a little bit of sleepy time. Gives us enough time for the new retail to kind of check back out, to doubt the rally, to say, I jumped in at the top, I suck, I'll sell for a loss, right before we see the bull run peak and the end of the cycle, right? This has happened each year since the bottom in 2022. And here we are, just normally on track again, doing what we always do, nothing different. This month has been kind of sketchy, a little testing of our confidence for sure. Having traded down into the 90,000s, numbers people had hoped we had left behind, we had an entire yearly candle turn red for a few days, a few weeks, before moving back to all-time highs. The game continues, right? This January, not really shaping up, at least so far. Maybe it is actually. I was going to say not really shaping up like the previous few, but maybe it is. Let's look back. Why talk about it when we can literally look at it? Last January, this was the ETF time. We had a nice swing high. Energy was very positive. The ETF was coming in. Finally, the ETF happened. It sold off. You know what's interesting is the timing. And maybe even the price action. You guys can definitely weigh in on this. Similar. The ETF and Trump. What do you think? A lot of expectation. We had kind of a concrete-ish date. More concrete with the inauguration, less so with the ETF. But kind of a bullish catalyst where we saw some running up. And then it didn't quite play out exactly the way maybe we'd wanted to. Or the way we'd expected to. Holy crap, dude. My voice was totally fine until I hit go live. Then it just crapped out. Interesting, though, that timing. I didn't think about that till right now. The timing is almost exactly the same in January. But this candle could look a lot like the one we're looking at this month. We had a swing high, we have a swing low. Maybe it ends up in the middle, but you can see that probably won't be a bad thing. Even though last year started out a little bit slow, Q1 closed very, very bullishly. In fact, more bullishly than, honestly, the entirety of the rest of the year. That was the explosion. We saw all of the numbers on YouTube blow up, new viewers, subscribers, our channel hit records on every metric for viewers, new subscribers, concurrent viewers, just everything. Q1. I still believe that's coming this year. I think we see almost this exact same thing. It'll play out a little different, but with the same rhyme and reason. Big explosion, bunch of boring price action, brings us to kind of a what should we say? Like a eclipse, an apex of Q4 that kind of lets us all back down maybe. There's January. So looking back to January the year before in 23, this is what I think everyone was really hoping for. Looking into this year, having not really gotten the bull run that they wanted or thought so far, this is what I think we were looking for. And maybe this is even why it doesn't feel as good, right? We were looking for this big 40% monthly candle, and it's not off the table. By all means, it's still on the table, but it is certainly not here in front of us yet, right? I think the lack of this large draw, this large leg up and sustained price action, I think is why this feels so strange. But remember, even back then in 23, in January, when we did get this, it was not all roses. It was not all fun and games after. February was a very sketchy month. February opened and closed at virtually the same price. That left literally everyone wondering, are we actually in a bull run? That was a really nice candle, but we've had a year, 2 years of down. Is that really enough to bring us out? The skeptics were definitely empowered back then. And even into March traded, the US seized Bitcoin Bitcoin traded below 20,000. We saw this crazy wick, and still we were really skeptical. Most people were still 100% bearish, not ready for a bull run. It almost seems like the stronger it starts, maybe, the weaker the rest of it is, right? So we had, let's see, really sideways. Summer, God, this range was killer. Absolutely killer. Nothing. October. Q4. This is really kind of the gist of it. Is at least in this run, and that's all we have to go on right now. In this run, it seems we have Q1 and Q4. Q1 and Q4, right? 1, 4, 1, 4. Here we are in Q1. What if this happens? What if we get this? Then we have quarters, right? And then we have to wait till October to see the run. This would be incredibly bullish, and I'd say is even probably the most likely thing to happen. But it would feel terrible, and it already feels terrible. How can this be? We need to get some perspective. Like, how can this be? How can it feel so bad? I don't know what the viewership is right now. Whoever is here is amazing. I'm glad you've joined us today. But like, this doesn't feel. We started streaming back here. This does not feel. None of this run has felt like any of this. Maybe this little piece. Maybe this tiny little piece last year. Let's just make this blue. This felt a little bit like this. The rest of it, this is just like a different beast. It is a grinding beast. It is testing our patience, and it is trying to get us to fold. It is absolutely, positively trying to get us to quit. And I wouldn't blame you. If you decide that it's too much, it's too painful, you got to fold, then I don't blame you. I think you'd be making the wrong choice, but everybody, you know, what the right choice is going to be different for everyone. I think you'll regret it. During this time, whatever happens this quarter, whatever happens into summer, I ask you this. If you do have that feeling that you're going to fold, and like I said, I wouldn't blame you. Before you do, just take 1 minute and think, okay, instead of just being all out, what if I sell half? What if I only sell a quarter? What if I only sell 10%? What if you do anything other than selling everything and being out? Because I'm telling you, I don't think this is over. I don't think it's gonna be over. Even into next year. Professor Beans! I don't think it's gonna be over. Where was I? Beans barking, man. Nothing. It's like a baby crying. Nothing distracts me more than Beans barking. Focus back in. Instead of being all out, like I said, I wouldn't blame you. Consider half, consider a quarter, consider 10%, anything other than all out, because I have seen this happen. Like I said, we have been streaming since back here. I have been in crypto since back here. Every single time I have seen someone throughout the entirety of this be all out, it has ended up, in hindsight, of course, to be the wrong decision. It has always been the wrong decision. I can't put it any other way. I wanted to rephrase it. I can't. If you need money, right, you need the money, then it's not the wrong decision. If you need money now for something serious, something important, I don't know. That's up to you. That makes sense. But if it's, I'm just scared, consider just taking out enough where you'll feel comfortable. Because while price might seem high now, I think it has much higher to go. And no matter where it goes in the next 4 years or 8 years or 10 years or whatever, it's going to go much higher. That is my true belief. Bitcoin has kind of underperformed, I'll admit, since where I thought it would be back here when I started. Kind of crazy to say underperformed, looking at something that's 30-something X'd. But at the same time, I thought I'd be at 1 million by now. It may be at 1 million sooner than I think, because at this point, it feels like it'll never get there. But I think it'll be, it's certainly, I can almost guarantee it'll be at 1 million before, like in our lifetime. I want to say in the next 10 years. But again, I thought that would be true. I thought it would already be true, so. Perspective. What else can we do to think of perspective? Just get an idea. Let's put on some I haven't looked at 𝐻 candles in a while. You gotta look at some 𝐻 candles. I'm just gonna tab through these Heikin Ashi. There's a lot of like Japanese words in trading. I'm gonna tab through these. But while I do this, chat, could you? Hello. What's up, Captain Crypto? Jesse, Randy, Alexandra G. How are you? Tillin, diamond hands, bro. These. Is there something harder than diamonds? Because that's what my hands are. My hands are like, they're like black holes. They're like whatever black holes are made out of. They can't break because the concept of them breaking doesn't even make sense. Because they're just ultra dense matter and they can't break. They can only absorb. Let me know what might give you some perspective. Hosa, what's up, Japernicus? You like ha? I know, I just call him ha. Literally just zoom out in the chart exactly. Let's take a look here on these candles. These candles like to smooth out. Lots of people that I know, like CryptoFace, trade with them. I don't, it's not my jam to trade with, but I do think that they are good for perspective. I think that they're especially good right now. Check this out. While price has seemingly been sideways, we look at the hot candles on the week, we can see we had basically a 2-week trend change, which has flipped back. In the last 3 weeks, we've had higher highs on the wicks. That's bullish. Typically, when you have higher highs, that's suggesting continuation on these wicks. The weekly looking very good. And if we look back actually to January of 2021, the year probably most similar to this, we see this kind of happened before. We had a pause on our upwards trajectory, a little flip of trend before continuing to our Q1 high. That looks pretty familiar. You have lettuce hands? That's all right. That's all right, Hoofty. You know what, guys? If you're feeling lettuce hand, if you're worried, you know, while we're doing this perspective thing, here's a good tip of alpha here. If you're worried about lettuce handing, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to get a Ledger or Trezor. It doesn't matter. It's not an endorsement of a cold wallet specifically, but any cold wallet. Ledger, Trezor. I use a Ledger. You can use whatever you want, but put your assets on them. The reason I say this, one, because self-custody rocks and it's cool and it's safer, and you don't want your assets, you know, not your keys and your coins, you don't want them on exchange. But the second kind of indirect value that people don't talk about is that it's almost a fail-safe against yourself. So you see price going down, you wake up, Bitcoin's at 75K, right? This is theoretical. You wake up, it's at 75K, you're freaking out. It was at 105K yesterday. How's it at 75K? It's all over. It's doom, right? You wake up, you see 75,000. You panic. You go to exchange. I'm selling everything. I'm all out. I'm done. This is a scam. It's a Ponzi. I knew it. You go to sell it. If it's all on exchange, boom. You could just sell it all right there. In that scenario, the odds that you just sold the wick bottom are like really, really good. Really, really, really good. So in that same scenario, if all your Bitcoin or whatever is on a ledger, here's what you have to do. You wake up, you panic. What do? You have to go get your ledger. Hopefully you have that in a safe. Hopefully you have that somewhere secure. Hopefully it's not just like sitting out, right? So you have to go make this action. You have to go find it. You have to go unlock it, whatever that means. You have to bring it to your device. You have to plug it in. You have to put in the key code. You have to navigate the stupid, awful wallet user interface, right? Then you have to make the transaction. You have to send it to exchange. And mind you, everyone else is panicking. So there are a lot of there's a lot of transactions going on. Your transaction takes forever. Maybe it takes an hour, right? That sounds really shitty. You're like, but I wanted to sell it in the moment right there. That may have just saved you, because by the time that actually you get all those steps done and that actually gets to exchange, and you know the exchange is probably moving slow as hell, that price may have recovered. It may have wicked to that 75,000, might be back up at 90,000, might be back up to 100,000. Who knows? It could have been, yeah, it could have been flash crash. It's right back. Just because you couldn't make that impulsive move, it has a very large value. And I have found, even in my own investing and trading, that this has been just universally across the board a great fail-safe. We are our biggest enemies in this game. Because our emotions are so strong and they're so compelling, they want us to lose. And by having your assets on a cold wallet, by just simply putting steps in between you and panic selling, you've likely saved yourself in many, many scenarios. If you've ever had that happen, if you've ever had that moment where you're like, shit, I got to sell everything, but you couldn't because it was in like a cold wallet, can you put a 1 in chat? Anybody? I know there's people in here who have literally had that exact thing happen. I could put a 1 in chat. I'm gonna put a 1 in chat. There we go. Man, my voice is shitting out. Whew. Utterly. What's up, Mark Dooch? How you doing, bro? Brian, exactly. Adding friction. I like that pickle. What's up, Vargan? Hitting them ones, RSK nor beam. There you go, guys. If you didn't believe it, look, people in the chat right here. 7. That means Matthew Schmiedis had to happen 7 times. It saved him 7 times. My lord. What's up, Fat and Traffi? Dude, look at all these people in the room. Same, but for the top. For the top, Leo. There is no top, baby. Coinbase safe or no government protection? 1. Not telling you how to live your life. Are you guys arguing in the comments? Of course you are. Of course you are. But it's real, dudes. If you don't believe it, look at all the people in the chat. There's at least a dozen ones. This is not the most poppin' stream we've ever had. Not a lot's going on. We're just getting a little perspective. But that has saved me and so many people I know, apparently so many people in the chat. Consider it. It is such a good thing. Anyway, you're so brainwashed that you can't sell red. You can only buy red. I know, dude. That's actually the apex of this game, is when you've inverted it. When you start, you want to buy green, you want to sell red. And then once you reach like the mastery level, it just inverts. It just inverts, and you're just like, I only want to buy red. I get sad when it's green because I feel like I can't buy anymore. That's the apex, man. Let's look at these hot candles on the month. Still green, still uptrend. Wicks moving up. You can even see back here into Q1 of last year, the wicks on these candles stopped moving up. And what happened? Candle bodies got smaller, trend flipped, and it took until candle bodies began getting bigger again and higher highs on the wicks to move up. I'm definitely no expert on the hot candles, but that's how I read them. Higher highs, man. In fact, I guess some rallies do end with these higher high wicks. I was going to say, it's like, has that ever happened? Yes, it has. I've never looked at the quarterly candles. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Quarterly says, what are you smoking? Feeling bearish. What are you smoking? Here we are. You know, I don't know how exactly. I need to look into the math of these. If anyone does, has anyone ever done this? I might have to talk with you. I didn't think that the candles high wicks were necessarily just like a higher high in price. And then as I was looking at the weekly, I was like, is it literally just like the highest point? But then you look at the quarters here and this doesn't look right. It's like a double top. You don't have the higher high wick. I don't know. I don't know how these are calculated. It's like a little different. You look at the yearly trend. You know what's interesting? This is some like Benjamin Cohen tweet alpha level stuff here. I've definitely never looked at the yearly. Check this out. This bear market was the only one on the hot candles for the year where it did not flip red. Isn't that interesting? That's interesting. That is like, I've never heard anyone point this out. Never heard anyone even look at it. Look at that. Because remember, we looked at this in the beginning when we were getting perspective. We always have this red candle, then we have 3 greens. But the hot candle says we never had a bear market. It's really weird. That's really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Take it off log? Sure. Take it off log. There it is. I like log though. Log is my friend. Because like here's my argument. People ask me, Tom, do you use log or not use log? And I don't think that there is an answer, right? The answer is whatever you like. I think the only wrong answer is if you're switching in between them to like fit the bill. I feel like you have it on regular and you're like, that doesn't look right. And then you flip it to log and then you're like, okay, log fits my thesis better. I'll stay with log now. And like you're switching back and forth. I think that same thing is true with like using the wicks and the bodies of candles. Anyway, my argument though is if you don't use log, this chart is just like largely useless, right? Like what do you do with this? Like how can you do analysis on this chart, right? It's just like little bubbles, like this doesn't exist anymore, this data. That's my argument. Let's see. Should we zoom out some more? We can't zoom out anymore. There's nowhere else to zoom. Down memory lane. Mega uptrend. That's right, Jay. Butchie. What else is moving? What else is happening? I heard that China. Oh no, algo. That was such a good trade too. Rip. I heard that China came out with some AI. I read this morning, and apparently that's causing Nvidia's stock to tank. Let's see. Let's see if the chart knew. I have a feeling it did. Ooh, this is probably burning some eyes. There we go. Interesting. Interesting. We were watching this. This is Bitcoin divided by Nvidia. This isn't actually what I was like even gonna look at. I just pulled it up and I was like, huh. Interesting. We were looking at this in one of our exclusive streams. And I think we were talking about a reversal coming. Interesting. Yeah, we'll go to regular Nvidia though. Oh man. Whatever it is I came down with this weekend / last week, whatever it was, it has wrecked my guts. It has wrecked my guts. You know, I might have to run to the bathroom. We'll find out. We will find out. Let's take a look at this here. Interesting. Nvidia. So we can talk about China wrecking Nvidia, right? Apparently they came out with some budget AI and they did it with whatever amount of money. Like, do you guys buy that as a narrative? Or is it really? I mean, there are real complications of that, but like, let's look at it in a broader or bigger context here. Is it that China, used, I don't know, open source software, made their own thing? Or is it that this chart really just needed a correction, right? We look at Bitcoin and we're like, this is a very, very big parabolic chart. You look at Nvidia and this is like the only thing that might be more parabolic. This thing has had very, very little retracement. Very, very little. 0.5. 0.5. Huh. What if it comes down to here? There's like a little 0.5er. 50 to 40, 40 to 50 zone. It's too early, I think, to call that, but I don't know, man. This is really heated. I wonder, though. I wonder how much of that is reality, because I feel as if China is also playing some games, because I'm not sure how much of a fan China is of our election result and some of the things that maybe we've been yelling about since our new president. And I feel as if this would be a pretty easy way to knock us down a peg. Just come out with something that hurts Nvidia. It was so hot. It almost feels like it would have been a really easy target. Kind of one way I look at it as well. I think the reason that Bitcoin is able to do this is Bitcoin has the ups and the downs, right? You see really big upsides and then really big downsides. Nvidia had some big drawdowns in its time. 30 down to 10. Oh, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. But doesn't quite have the corrections here. This feels more bubbly because of that. I'm not saying it can't go higher. I'm not saying it can't go higher, but I don't think it doesn't look as healthy. This looks too up. I feel like I don't believe it. You guys believe it? It was launched on Inauguration Day. Surprise, surprise. I didn't even know that. Dayquil, dude, I know. I gotta get some Dayquil. Just like everything right now, Nvidia reacted to news. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Even your 81-year-old mom been using DeepSec for what? Really? Really, Hendra? I literally did not hear about it until today. What's up, Expandable Youth? How you doing, bro? Nvidia has been the boss of bot. Dude, it has been. It has been. I would not be surprised to see it correct. Just to wipe out like leverage. Of course, top long leverage. Although, you know, that's kind of gross. It's kind of gross how long stayed up there and now it's moving down. I wouldn't be surprised though to just see longs wiped out and then a recovery. Recovery, bounce. I don't know. Big week for economic data. I bet. Let me see. Oh shit. We have 𝐒𝐴 on Wednesday. Dude, I have been so sick that I just like didn't even think about it. I don't have an what? Looks like I'm using an ad blocker. I'm not using an ad blocker. I'm using Chrome. What? What the fuck? What? Investing.com? No, I'm not using an ad blocker, you bitch. I'm not. I'm doing the same thing I'm always doing. I'm on Chrome. I'm not on Brave. What? You know what? I should probably just man up. I should probably just man up and get a subscription to investing.com. I use their site all the time. Not even a dude, really? Like ad-free plan? I can't even look at it right now. I don't have an ad blocker up. What? Oh, I guess I can't use it. I'm not going to figure this out while I'm live. But we have 𝐒𝐴 on Wednesday. I almost forgot. Not on a VPN. No, I don't know, dude. Nothing. Nothing. They're just on drugs. They're on drugs. Get off the drugs and or share. I don't understand. Forex. ISP is snitching. It's snitching. Captain Ahab, Tom Clown. Oh, man. What a unique burn I've never heard before. Yeah, but Brave has the ad blocker. I have Brave. Let me try it on Brave. You know what's messed up is Brave does have an ad blocker, and it's what? Chrome doesn't have ad block. Brave does. What the? What is this world? What is this world? Let's see. We have 𝐒𝐴 on Wednesday. That's what I was getting at. Man, my guts are knocking. 𝐒𝐴 Wednesday. I almost forgot because of how sick I've been. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Just give me a sec. You got some rumblies going on. Some rumblies in the trumblies. What's up, VZ Cat? Anybody else feeling sick out there? Dude, it was like awful headache, guts, and all of my joints. Like all of my joints hurt. My shoulder is killing me, dude. What's up, Julio? Dave Chappelle on SNL said he didn't get invited to Diddy parties. His face having too much snitch energy. Well, I guess in hindsight, we understand why that makes sense, because Diddy couldn't have no snitches at his parties. Or you wouldn't have lasted so long. Now, but Brave is working, which is weird, but now this isn't working. I don't know, dude. Today, I feel like the internet has just been wonky for like a week. I think there's a chance that this to buy cheaper when 𝐒𝐴 will announce the rate cut. Maybe they got insider info, the rate cut. Well, who announced? You know, like who? Because, I mean, you guys are telling me that they've had this deep whatever for a while. I just heard about it this weekend. So is it like the mainstream media you're suggesting? Why is this not working? Well, I guess notinvesting.com. I don't like the argument of like people like behind the scenes like doing stuff to like buy cheaper, because people said that about Bitcoin all the way up, like all the way up. They said it all the way down. Like I don't know about that. This to me feels like retaliatory. I feel like it's China being like taking a swing at our stock market. Reach out and get sponsored. That's true. Crypto Shape. They have reached out to me about doing something. I don't remember what. It was something I didn't want to do. But I should. Remember this diamond? Uh-oh. You gotta get checked for diabetes, dude. Guys, you gotta quit sugar. I do not really mess with sugar. The only time I really mess with sugar is when I work out. I'll have like a soda when I work out. Outside of that, anything I drink is diet, and I know diet is garbage for you too, guys. Like, I'm not fooled that aspartame is like magic and good for you or something. But I truly believe there is like nothing worse for you than sugar. And it's not like any sugar whatsoever will kill you, but it's just the quantity and the density, like the processed, like purity, I don't know, of how much sugar we consume without even knowing. I feel like it is the worst thing for you. Maybe even worse than nicotine, by the way. Might as well update you guys. 3 months. It is officially 3 months. I have not touched nicotine. And I've been to the gym almost every day. I didn't go this weekend. Almost every day. And it's showing, dude. This, you can't tell. You can't tell right now. You probably can't tell on camera, but this is a medium. I used to wear small shirts. I had to retire all my small shirts a little bit ago. I have to retire all my medium shirts now. These do not fit. These fit like how the smalls fit when I had to retire them. Do something good for yourself. Natural sugars are not processed sugar. Yeah, well, natural sugar, sure. And the thing, codeine, I didn't want to talk about this too much, but so natural sugar, it is much harder to consume that quantity. I said the quantity is what's bad. And the reason processed sugar is so bad isn't like necessarily that processed is bad, even though it is, but it's that you can consume so much more sugar. Like, this is like high fructose corn syrup, dude. You can down like 200 grams of sugar without even knowing it. Try to get 200 grams of natural sugar in you. That's hard to do. That's hard. What's up, Queen? How you doing, girl? Natural sugar with the fiber, absolutely. And you can't, dude, that is the thing too. This is what plagues America's health. I swear to God. Sugar, processed sugar, no fiber, cutting all the fiber out of our diets and adding back in sugar. Dude, we need fiber. You need fiber. It is like one of like the critical elements for you. Critical. Anyway, you're almost 50. You still love sugar. It's, dude, sugar's damage though. It isn't just fat, man. It's like, it's insulin sensitivity. It's all kinds of things. It does more than just fat. Just like very, very clean cocaine if you're not used to it. I like that. Hot apple cider sounds good. Takes the life out of you, dude. I luckily just had like growing up, my mom didn't let me like have sugar. I was like the kid where it's like, Tom can't have the dyes and the sugar, so we can't have those as the snacks. I don't know. Like, I remember getting shit for it. People being like, your mom made it so we can't have the snacks. But like, I don't know. She just like didn't give it to me. And luckily I just grew up without it. I think it's highly addictive. I think it's really similar to like the tobacco industry, man. I think it's an industry that like we indoctrinate young and we like get people hooked. It 100% is an addiction. 100%. Quit sugar. Never. I'm not saying even quit it. Tom has human metapneumovirus, HMPV. What is that? What is that? I should get that looked up. What is that? What is... someone tell me what that is. That sounds scary. Similar to a cold. Cough, fever, body ache. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. Dude, my joints still hurt. Thank you, R.S. Miller. Why am I wearing sunglasses inside? I have a plethora of answers for you, my friend. Can you have a cookie? No diabito. No diabito. Back to the kitchen, diabito. Exactly. Exactly, dude. No diabito. Thank you for that. You like that with your kids? Good, dude. I just have no connection with sugar. And I've seen people in my, like, around me my entire life just struggle with it. And I wasn't indoctrinated early. I still like sweet stuff every once in a while, but I like give a lot of credit to my health because of that. The least healthy people I know consume ridiculous amounts of sugar. To wrap it up, this show is not about sugar, but some sugar, okay. The problem is most sugar is super processed, dense, high fructose corn syrup sugar, where you consume way more sugar than you could really reasonably in a day. The problem is too much sugar. But too much sugar is really easy to do with the way we serve it up in the US. That's it. There it is. I like cookies too, actually. Want cookies? I like cookies. It's just like other drugs. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Oh, it for sure, man. You get like the dopamine. That's why I quit nicotine. Dude, my dopamine was just fried from it. It's slowly coming back now too, like super slowly. Diabito. What's up, Jumpman? Been on keto for 5 years. No meds. Pretty jack. Wait, pretty jack? Gotta focus, take care of your body. Absolutely, man. Amen. Bless you, brother. Congrats, dude. Like, keto, I think is the right choice for a lot of people. I don't think it's the right choice for me. It's definitely the right choice if you can't control your sugar, for sure. But that's like saying if you can't control your addiction. Like, that's not like just control your addiction, bro. That's not how it works. It's not how any of that works. Ooh, look at the 10-year yield. 10-year yield. Looks like she's starting to head to the shoulders. Let's see. What if it does this? What if it's head shouldersing into a head shouldersing? Ooh. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Oh man, guys. I had to stream today. I'm definitely not at 100%. I think I'm at like 70% ish. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's freaking rad. It's rad. Type 1 diabetes. Drink Pepsi Max. Honestly, if you like, I mean, I like some cola too. I like some cola from time to time. If you gotta drink it, I really do think you go diet. I know aspartame's garbage too. I just think it's like, I think it's better. But I'm no doctor. Talk to your doctor. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm a guy on the tube. Bitcoin fell out of the diamond. Looks like it's painting a bear flag. Probably moves back up after that. Gotta bet against the bear flag after the drop. That's how I'd bet. People have too little muscle mass to use all the sugar they consume. That Long Mountain's on the right track too. Sugar, insulin sensitivity is big. Only sugar allowed is clementine. That doesn't count. DJ meat missile. That doesn't count. Fruits do not count. Plus, when you're eating a clementine, you're getting all that fiber. It's also like fiberless sugar. Man, are we just gonna talk about sugar all day? Probably. Yep. CXN or XCN. I had this one pulled up. Yep. I didn't really mean to get rid of that. Broke through resistance. Damn, dude, this thing is pumping. This thing is pamped. This thing is pamped. All right, so originally we were talking about, okay, this is pumped. We always want to wait for the pullback. Well, this is looking less likely. Well, maybe instead we get that, right? We found resistance, 1.5 cents. You broke higher. You made the deep retracement. 1.5 cents actually might be nice. You have very little above you. You have just this piece of inefficiency in the chart. You got the all-time high. Your options are what? Market ordering in near the all-time high, hoping for 10 cents. That's still a 3x though, which is pretty wild. Or looking for that 1.5 cent pullback. That's still favored in my opinion. That's probably a good trade. I'm gonna have to come back to that. I don't want to like do a bunch of trades and charts today. Like I'm still not 100%. I don't want to, my brain's not at full power. All right. I don't want to be making kind of fever sickish predictions here. XRP. What are you doing, you silly bitch? What are you doing? That looks fine. Stair-stepped. Swept. I don't think XRP's done either. Can I see fart coin? You're a fart coin. Show the sugar chart. All right, there we go. Now you're talking. Sugar. There's a chart. Sugar, do. Sugar one. What do I want? Like sugar one! Exclamation point. Sugar futures. What's sugar cash? I don't know what the ticker is. What is the ticker for sugar? Sugar futures. That's not enough data. Why is there only like a few days? There we go. That's still not enough data. Come on. There's gotta be sugar. There's actually, that looks like shit. That looks like a Head and Shoulders, bro. There's gotta be more data than this. Cash contract. Very little. Thoughts on caffeine? You know, Flavor, I thought that nicotine was by itself harmless because it's largely like caffeine, and caffeine's largely harmless. It's all about like if you're addicted, right? If you can't function without it, if you can't have dopamine without it, it's bad. It's true of anything. I am no doctor though, man. Ticker SB, thank you. Thank you, Pickle, my man. Try it again. There we go. The history of sugar is long and sweet. Huh. I wonder what happened. What happened in 1979? What happened in 1979? There's like a sugar famine. I'm just going to type in 1979 sugar. Sugar prices increased due to a combination of factors, including overproduction. That doesn't seem right. Overproduction? Overproduction, that's why it went to an all-time high. The Sugar Act of 1934 expired in 1937. There you go. Ending 40 years of government control of sugar markets. There we go. That's exactly why. Yeah, that ain't ever going back to all-time high. Although if the dollar just infinitely inflates, yeah. Everything good all-time high. You know, just like the 10-year. Maybe I'm in a Head and Shoulders. Maybe like when I'm sick, I just see Head and Shoulders more. I bet sugar stays like in this wedge forever. You have to think though, like sugar also in the US, I feel like the only way this breaks out is if we legalize high fructose corn syrup, like corn sugar. Turbinado. If the government, when not if the government. What's up, Shane? Sugar more interesting than Bitcoin. It really is right now. That's right, Ian. You're coffee and weed addicted. Hey, coffee, if you're going to be addicted to a substance, coffee is like one of the better ones. I have never read anything bad about coffee. when it comes to like habitual use. Drinking coffee in the morning like lowers risk of mortality from all sources. Repeat, all sources. It means like you're less likely to get hit by a bus. You're less likely to like die in an airplane crash. Please don't quote me on this. Please don't quote me on these. But that is technically what it infers. It's like what it suggests. All sources of mortality go down with like regular coffee consumption. It hits a limit though. It's like 4 cups a day. Here's sugar, baby. Sugar, sugar. Sugar coin. Anto is farming the sugar coin, baby. Sugar foot. Deep last night, that's right. Yeah, we got 𝐒𝐈𝐆 on Wednesday. I should schedule that. Dude, I've been so fucking sick. Like, I would have forgotten. Because I wasn't going to stream today because I still don't feel great. But I noticed, like, nobody else was on. I was like, yeah, we got to be on. We got to go on. But, yeah, so I did. But I would have forgotten. Like, if I didn't stream today, you guys didn't remind me. Let's schedule that. Dude, that's the 29th. Nice. It's like 2 days from now. All right, we'll schedule that so I don't forget, because I will. By the way, guys, I haven't asked you to like or subscribe really since the first 2 minutes of the stream. Could you take a moment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. Also, make sure you mark your calendars, because Wednesday is going to be a 𝐒𝐈𝐆-tastic. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be really spicy, though. The last one changed the course of markets. This one, dudes, with Trump saying, like, trying to command 𝐒𝐈𝐆, should be interesting. With some of the numbers coming in hot, it's gonna be interesting, guys. That one's gonna be worth catching for sure. Do it. Like button. Thank you, GT. Also, make sure you've joined our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Also, you should check out our new exclusive premium trading group. It's got all the signals, all the setups, multiple analysts given daily updates. We have daily, exclusive live streams in our Discord there. It only has like 40 members, so it's a very small group. You get to ask questions. I have an exclusive stream on Friday. We have a schedule up. If you are looking to upgrade your trading during this time of boring, it is the thing to do. Absolutely. There's still one 50% off code. If it's already used by the time you sign up, tag me in the Discord and maybe I can throw out a few more for the members. But yeah, there's the shill. Chinese tea. Trump told Powell to dump those rates. Let's bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for him. It's going to be interesting because the president really doesn't have any power to do that. But Trump doesn't really seem to care about things he doesn't have powers to do. So it's going to be interesting if 𝐒𝐈𝐆 doesn't do what he says, or if he does do what he says. It's one of those times where it's like, no matter what the outcome, it's going to be spicy. It's going to be real spicy. Mining difficulty dropped over the weekend, did it, eh? 1 second, Greg. Great little alpha there, bro. Great alpha there, bro. Proof of work. Retarget. It's not right. Mining difficulty. History, is it? I'm looking for something by blockchain, right? Is this what I'm looking for? Sound batch. Nope. Is this it? What is going on? Looking for this neat and tidy little chart. Damn it. There's a neat and tidy little chart where it shows you each of the each of the adjustments. Where did that go? Difficulty adjustment. I thought it was by blockchain.com, but I'm not seeing it. Fine, I'm looking for the site, man. It used to be right here, where it shows you like the last. It just shows you all of the previous adjustments. This it has them in a neat little chart, whether it was adjusted up or down, and typically you see it go up. That's not helpful. That's not as helpful either. But I have, I'll look for it later. I'm too tired for that shit. But I have seen it in the past in this kind of scenario. I remember it happening back in 2021 in the summer. I remember it happening back here. Difficulty adjusted down, like right here in July at the bottom, and then it started trending up. You're late, Foxy. It's all good, brother. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm sick as shit. You've missed something. I don't know. I've been doing my best. I don't know if this is the best show that we've done, but I'm doing my best. Man, what is happening? Nothing's loading. Nothing's loading on my stream. We should at least 500 likes. I agree. 260. Foxy, a boy or girl? Mr. Meaner, wow, you interested? You want Trump to get rid of him? I don't know, man. I think 𝐒𝐴 has actually been awesome. I think 𝐒𝐴 has been awesome. Anyone's welcome to their own opinion, but like, he has kept it non-political. He has kept it just like straight and narrow, bud. I don't know. I think he's always done what he believes and what like the Fed chairs think is like the best choice. And I think that's what we want. I don't know if we can ask for anything more. If they get rid of him, who do they replace him with? Someone who just like does what we want him to do? I'll let you know. Let you know a secret. That doesn't lead us down a good road. Like doing what we want is not good monetary policy. As much as that's what we want. Oh man, give us some music, probably. I would like to hear him yell, "You're fired, 𝐒𝐴." And I'd like if he said 𝐒𝐴. No, he literally can't fire him. But Trump doesn't really seem to care about things he can't do. We'll see what happens. That's what I mean. It's going to be interesting. Whether he listens to Trump or doesn't, and whether Trump tries to get rid of him or doesn't, like no matter what happens, Wednesday is going to be spicy, and we're going to be streaming it live right here, boys. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be feeling 100%. I'm going to be going hard. I'm going to be at full power. Whew. Better get some rest between now and then. He can't get rid of him, but like, bro, I don't know. There's a lot of things that Trump can or can't do. Does that stop him is the question. Does it stop him? I don't know. I don't know, man. You could have argued Trump, the president-elect, can't launch a meme coin the weekend before inauguration. Didn't stop him. Did not stop him. We'll see. We'll see. We will find out. TBD Wednesday, man. No, it's interesting. Bitcoin hit an all-time high, but total did not hit an all-time high this week or last week. This year. Interesting. Total still at a lower high. Not actually a great look. Not actually a great look. That means that Bitcoin dominance is still rising. Man, we got out of that trade. Got out of that virtual trade. Someone else was like, should I go long? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think so. Remember, dude, that's going to be a good clip, Pickle. We were talking about this long for virtual, and I was saying, all right, so in this setup, I like it because you're going long and you're playing it being a head and shoulders, and you're getting out in the head and shoulders pattern before the breakdown. That was perfect for virtuals. That was a slick play. Ugh. Uncle Trump, Uncle Trump, Uncle Trump, Uncle Trump. He's somebody's uncle. XDC, which I do get confused with XCN. There we go, long filled, baby. Let's see how that plays. Litecoin. Litecoin, you're the source of my depression. I still love you. Just apparently love to hurt. I mean, is this gonna catch a bids or is it actually gonna rug? I mean, I totally believe this is gonna rug. I don't know how. I don't know what other way it. How else would it end? It just like goes up forever. I don't know, but it's looking not so great. I will give it the. I will give it the. It has not existed that long, so it still has time. It hasn't totally collapsed. It's only down like 70%. I would say like 90%. That's when we'll start talking about rug, like mother. This is what I mean. These coins just like they don't do anything other than rug. Iggy was like all about this. It's down 95%. Rug. All of those Andrew Tate coins, they're not gonna rug. I was yelling on Twitter about that. People are like, you just... and I was like, all right, bro, whatever you say. Still gonna rug. And they all rugged. I just don't know how else they end. I don't know if there is another outcome when people launch coins. What's Doge doing? Damn, Doge is almost back to entry. That makes me uncomfortable. Golden Cross, we actually found this on our last stream, I think on Wednesday. Golden Cross on the day for dominance. And what's dominance doing? Going back up to that 60% mark. Let's go. I gotta go to the dentist, man. Feels like my teeth aren't fitting together right anymore. I don't even know what that means. Not a comfortable feeling though. Boys and girls. All right. Well, have I looked at near? No, I have not. Boys and girls, we have Chirp How on Wednesday. It's going to be a hella hype stream. You should be here. You should be there. I'm glad you all joined us today for this stream. I'm at like 60% of power. I was sick as hell all weekend. I wanted to go live for y'all. We did it. You were here. I appreciate you for being here. I did my best. I'll bring my A game on Wednesday. But I think it is time for me to get some rest. I love you all. Stay away from sugar. If you feel sick, give yourself some rest. When I tell you for the stream, I don't know. Something Quill. I don't know. It'll be the biggest rug ever. The best rug. The greatest rug, you ask. Who rugs the best? And I'll say it's me. I love you guys. I will catch you Wednesday and maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling good and shit's popping. I will catch you in the Discord one last time. Check out our new group, guys. I'm going to enable a 7-day free trial on that. You all should sign up for that 7-day free trial. For some reason, I can't log into it right now, or I do at this moment. Join our Discord, the free one. And I'll let you all know when I enable that 7-day free trial. Get a little taste of what we have to offer. I know you're going to find it worth it. It is the best there is to offer. All right, fam. I'm out. I love you. I'll catch you soon. Peace.